it going, all my lean maniacs? I promised Harry in Australia, thank you Harry for holding me accountable to making a video of all of our favorite improvements. So we're gonna try and do it weekly, but I'm gonna rope in a bunch of improvements that we've made over the last few months. So let's go. Okay, one of our favorite little improvements, we're always trying to improve safety. So this table had a pinch point here, and now we bought these things, and any minute they're gonna get the hint to move the table. There we go. And so now these things come out, and it gives a visual on both sides of the machine to stay away. So that was a good one. We do all of our purchasing with Kanban cards, and one of the improvements we made, I noticed I was doing the purchasing, and I was like, this is a pain. Why am I doing this? I don't need to do this. So I'll show you what we did with the Kanban cards. So now, back in our material storage area, if you pull a Kanban card, there's a QR code right there that links to Kaizenify, that links to an SOP that tells you how to order this material. So now, instead of these cards cycling all the way back up to the office, they only cycle this far over to the desk. I better not get that mixed up. Where we do the programming, they do all their own ordering now. This Kanban card will never reach the office and bog us down up front, and it works perfectly back here. So that was a good one. In our CNC area, we noticed that we're missing steps, and we're trying all kinds of things that as human beings, we don't miss. We have 10 steps and we always forget one. It was just hard, and you can see, so we've tried these signs that, this was just like a rough draft, but that didn't work at all. So what we landed on was putting little Kamishibai boards right at the operator's use. So as he's doing these tasks, he's just checking it off. You can see that that one's not done yet. And then this provides a visual as they're checking through their steps on the computer. They're checking off these boxes, and that's giving us a visual as to making sure that all of those steps are done in the computer. We all know where the question is, the answer should be. So we have a particular way that we want to load, unload the machines, and more importantly, how we want to stage the next sheet. And for some reason, we're humans, we're always forgetting. So we put a sign right on the machine. We want to take the sheet off. We want to take the sheet from underneath the table on the machine, go to the computer, start the machine, and then step 4 is to go to the rack while the machine is running and stage the next sheet under the table here. So just a little example of where the question is, the answer should be. Here's the best improvement we've made ever.
What's up, dude?
Right here, this guy is our own in-house Anthony Robbins. He gets us fired up in every meeting, and whenever we're feeling down, we can count on Courtney to spread the love, brothers.
The love, baby.
This guy's like on another level. Another improvement we made was at our sanding station. We used to have Kaizen foam here, and we love Kaizen foam. We use it everywhere, but we just found it kind of looked like crap. So we just took the time and made actual MDF board with the cutouts of the parts we needed. And the coolest improvement here was we put a section for the label, because before the labels like this, like look at this, this drives me crazy. All these labels are not even, they're not evenly spaced. This looks like the dog's breakfast. We don't want this. This is terrible. We want this, where it's all beautiful. So we cut a spot specifically for the label as well as to fit the part. And now, like they say in Germany, super cool. Another thing we identified was an issue was our team leader's running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He's always trying to help people. And so we wanted a visual way to signal for help. So we put on lights with the SOPs for instructions on how they work. And all of these SOPs and everything you see, the SOPs, the Kanban cards, everything's done in Kaizenify. It's awesome. So with the on lights, now we have rules, what red means, what blue means, what yellow means, and this one actually makes a noise. So if the red one is on, that team leader better be running. I think it was on yellow when I got here. I don't know. But these are at every station. You can see we've got them at the CNC. There's another one over there at assembly. So that's just giving us a visual control on where the help is needed. Whether you, as you know, should know, we sand everything on a robot because, well, hand sanding sucks. So we noticed that we were having to take these parts and take them off the robot and put them onto a cart or something. So what we did was we just cut a hole in the side of the robot, and now we just feed the parts through onto a motorized conveyor, and it goes all the way to the next machine. And you can see there's another door coming out right here. So it comes from the robot. We actually got it going under the press, right here to the edge sander, where Courtney takes it and works his magic. One of our biggest improvements to our edge sanding area has been adding the ES632. This one now has 6 cutters, so we can do 6 different edge profiles without switching any tools. Before we just had the small edge sander. This one's been amazing. And I know a guy, if you want one. Okay, we noticed we needed sandpaper in our sanding area, go figure. So instead of stacking up the boxes or just making like more crappy wooden shells, we took the time to laser cut, bend, and weld up a metal dispensing rack, put our labels on it for our sandpaper. Yeah, it costs a few extra bucks, but I highly recommend maybe make the first one kind of like a rough copy, but you can tell just by looking at it, it's just so cool when you get it done right. As I was walking by, I just noticed something totally new that I've never seen before, so this is cool. This is, you know, where the question is, the answer should be. So here's where our doors come down. They usually have one of these like this on top of it, and so the door will come down. We take the scrap off, the door passes under, and then usually this is what takes it to the grinder. But sometimes the pieces are too big. So I noticed they put a saw right at the point of use, labeled, shadow boarded, and right where you need it. That's new. I'm not sure if I put this in a video yet, but it's super important. So it's going in this one. To have a dedicated Kanban station is just so valuable. We have all of our supplies, and the flow just goes from left to right. So you create your card here, you print it, you laminate it, you cut it, you put your scrap in the garbage, and you're done. You can make Kanban cards in minutes, and then all the instructions for SOPs and Kanban cards are right here. Huge. Like, you gotta make it easy. If it's not easy, people aren't gonna do it. So this is an improvement that we're just working on, and I love it. So this shelf is going in our break room, so it's gonna go up on the wall for all of our glasses. We're gonna put all our mugs and cups on it. But we want it to be perfect, not close, perfect. So what we've done is we've cut some acrylic and we've made it match the live edge front, and you can see it's got all of the holes, and it's got another sheet underneath with vents. So now after we wash our dishes, we're gonna put our cups, well, here, look at this, exactly in the right spot. No guessing, no assuming, and it will look perfect every time someone puts away cups, because you can't put them in the wrong spot. Pokeyoke. Our famous wall of signs that we learned from Chuck at In the Ditch. Thanks, Chuck. Just having these up as daily reminders. And this one is right here in our face every day, and we still fail to do this. So we're going to talk about that this morning at the morning meeting. Here's my favorite improvement of the day, where we all get together and do our stretches and listen to these Japanese submarine guys, I think. So our improvement today at the morning meeting is to get our boards that are all here and learn them all. And so right now we're working on the definitions board. So we're going around the room and we're all reading a definition that comes from these boards here of our lean terminology, so that everybody's speaking the same language. Okay, I lost my cameraman because we had to actually get back to work and get some work done, but we'll continue on with our tour. Okay, so this week it was requested that we get another microwave The lineup was too long with just the 3. And my favorite part is that we've standardized the microwave. So I should show you, but we have a Trello board with all of our office equipment, and so it just looks better. What's the standard? End of story. We'll always get those microwaves. So we added another microwave. We're still kind of mid-renovation, but we got the tiles done last week. That was nice. And then one improvement we made, we noticed we're sweeping the floor every day because we live in Canada and it's disgusting. And so what we did was we said, hey, let's learn from the Japanese. So we bought slippers and we put slippers at the door. So you take your boots off, and if you're just going to be in the office, you can use a set of slippers and carry on around. And we've noticed the cleaning of the floor got cut in at least half. What other improvements have we made in here? Craig's working on some here, but nothing drastic. All right, so that's this week's improvements around Stolbeck and my door factory. And thank you, Harry, again for making me do it. We're going to keep them coming, one a week. Oh, wait, there's one more improvement that was made. And I love it. It was so awesome. Check this out. So let's, oh yeah, hang on. I'll turn the camera around for you. So before everybody's garbage can, we're standardizing our workstation. So this one, we're just waiting for a backordered monitor, but it'll be the same monitors, the same stands. And if you want to order the stand, there's the QR code. If you want to order the mouse, if you want to order the desk, we've got the Stream Deck. Everything here is, this is our standard workstation. Now, the garbage cans are all sitting on the floor, which of course makes it hard to clean. And one of our in-house geniuses came up with this little clip, 3D printed with some magnets, and we just snap them on the desk, grab the garbage can, hang it, everything's up off the floor, and we've standardized that throughout the office. So now when we want to sweep around a desk, you can literally just grab the whole desk and everything to do with that desk moves. So that was a great improvement, and that guy needs to empty his garbage can.